Ini tes percobaan 1, 2, 3. Oke. Tes percobaan 1, 2, 3.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to my dear judges and teachers. I'm Ana Nur Nazira and I'm currently studying at Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Kunak. My school code is KE-3201. Today I'm so excited to share with you all about the book that I had recently read, which was entitled Why Do Stars Twinkle? This book was written by Xiao Jiangnan and was published in 2017 by G Apple Studio. This book has 133 pages, as you can see here. Okay, so this book contains many interesting pieces about knowledge, many interesting pieces about astronomy, many interesting pieces of knowledge about astronomy. For example, why do stars twinkle? Stars twinkle in the night sky due to the effects of the Earth's atmosphere. When starlight enters the atmosphere, it is affected by winds in the atmosphere and areas with different densities and temperatures. This causes the light from the stars to twinkle when seen from the ground. And yes, I learned all of that just from reading this thin book. Other than that, I also got to know why are there 7 days in a week. Do you know? Would you believe me if I tell you that the 7-day system was actually first invented by the ancient Babylonians around 2000 BC according to the phases of the moon? Amazing, right? But there's more, but I think I left that to you to discover. If you are interested in knowing more, you can just open this book and go straight to page 48 and 49 for a more detailed explanation. This book also covers 119 other topics in the field of astronomy. That way, readers can gain extensive knowledge about astronomy by reading this book. Even though this book title was about stars, doesn't mean that this whole book was about stars. This book will also tell you about planets and space-related things. Why do stars twinkle was just one of the topics in the book that was selected to be the book title. One of the best part about this book is that it is actually a comic featuring characters from the Plants vs. Zombies 2 video game, and I know for a fact that this game was quite well known to children nowadays. This book is a great and suitable choice for readers, especially younger ones, due to its vibrant illustrations, in and out, and adorable character designs that effectively capture their interest. That way, readers can gain astronomical knowledge while enjoying a fun and colorful comic. However, the font size in certain chapters appears to be relatively small, making it a little difficult to read. As a suggestion for improvement, I think it would be beneficial if the font size were slightly larger. Okay, but still, despite its imperfections, this book remains my favorite science comic since I have a deep affection for the Plants vs. Zombies 2 video game characters, especially the pea shooter one, and have always had a deep passion for astronomy. One of the moral values that I discovered while reading this book is the significance of scientific knowledge, including astronomy. Because if you notice, almost everything about our world, no, our universe revolves around science. Everything is about science, but it just had different names to classify it easily. Last but not least, this book is an absolute must read for individuals, especially those who have a deep passion for astronomy like me. I think that's all from me, and I'd like to express my gratitude for allowing me to share my book review today. Thank you. I'd like to know.
Thank you very much. Ready for the question?
I think I am.
Okay. Would you recommend this book to upper secondary students to read, and why?
Well, I think I would recommend it because, to be honest, even though it may look childish at first glance, but it actually contains things that are non-fiction. Like, it does happen and have proofs. I think.
Name a scientist. Then
Excuse me, I don't.
name a scientist or astronomer that you know and why you admire them.
I don't really understand the first
Name a scientist,
name.
okay, and why you admire them.
Well, to be honest, I think I admire the what was his name again? I don't think I remember the name, but I do remember his achievement. He is the first person to step his foot on the moon, and I really like the fact that you can actually step on the moon. And I would really, to be honest, it's my dream to become an astronaut someday, and I would really like to watch Earth from the moon, like.
You mean Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot the name.
Thank you very much.
teachers. My name is Doratul Nasuha binti Syamsul Bahri from SMK Madai, the school next door. My school code is XEA3202. Today, I will be talking about a book that I've been reading called What is Energy? Published by Helen Betterman, written by Andrew Ainsperch, and published by Wilson Owen Productions. Even though it is small in size and only contains 13 topics, What is Energy is one of my favorite books because it has is one of my favorite books because it is very easy to read and interesting, and it also has very beautiful illustrations for it to better help understand the topics. My favorite topic is tidal and hydroelectric energy. Tidal and hydroelectric energy is energy that is harnessed from the natural flows of water to turn turbines and create electricity. Did you know that the use of hydroelectric energy dates back to 1892 in Wisconsin, USA? This topic is one of my favorite topics because hydroelectric energy is renewable energy as long as there is a water source, of course. But wait, what is renewable energy? Well, before that, we have to ask, what is energy? Nature provides many forms of energy that people use in many different ways. There are two types of energy that are renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Renewable energy is energy that are naturally replenished by nature as fast as we use them. On the other hand, non-renewable energy is energy that are not naturally replenished as fast as we use them. So once they're gone for thousands of years. An example for non-renewable energy is oil and gas. The demands for this energy are endless. However, the supplies are certainly limited. It takes thousands and millions of years for them to form, so creating new ones are out of the hand. The hunt for new sources goes up constantly, while known sources are being used up. Getting the best use of oil and gas energy is becoming important by the day. Another example for non-renewable energy is coal. Coal is formed from ancient swamp plants that decompose and are compressed by the layers of the earth. Today, we dig them up and burn them to create energy. Did you know that coal is also one of the largest? Did you know that coal is one of the most used energy on the planet today? That is all from me. Thank you.
So one question for you. Do you think the book will be a fun to read book
Yes.
among upper level students?
Yes. Yes.
Why?
It's very interesting because the illustrations, the the arrangement of the text and illustrations are very beautiful.
Where does the energy come from?
The energy comes from many different sources. Solar energy comes from the sun, while hydroelectric energy comes from the natural flows of water, and geothermal energy comes from the natural heat of the earth.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Kaila Sofia binti Johani Friza from SK Kunak 2. Today, I'm going to make a book review that I've read and it catches my attention. The title of this book is Sting and the Shark Sleepover. The author of this book is Megan McDonald. The illustrator of this book by Peter H. Reynolds. The genre of this book is Kettlewig Press. The pages are 155. The publication date is April 8, 2014. There are 4 characters in the story. Number 1 is Sting Moody. Number 2 is Webster. Number 3 is Sophie. And number 4 is Judy Moody. The plot of the story are Sting Moody is thrilled when he finds out about the sleepover event at the aquarium. He, along with his friends and sisters, embarks on a night filled with exciting activities, including a scavenger hunt that tests their knowledge about marine life. During the adventure, they learn fascinating facts about various marine animals, with a particular focus on sharks. They explore the eggs habits, engage in interactive learning experience. There are 3 themes I found in the story. Number 1 is marine biology. The book is rich with information about marine life, particularly sharks. It introduces readers to different species, their habitats, behaviors, and diets. Number 2 is friendship and teamwork. Throughout the sleepover, Sting and his friends work together to solve challenges, showcasing the importance of teamwork, cooperation, and mutual support. Number 3 is overall, Sting and the Shark Sleepover is highly recommended for young readers who enjoying adventure and have a keen interest in science and the natural world. Thank you very much.
How many days did you finish reading that book? Has more than 100 pages.
I think like 4 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
4 days. So, one more question. What is your favorite marine life?
My favorite marine life.
Yes. Just you read that book. You have read that book.
My favorite marine life is jellyfish.
The jellyfish. Oh, all right. That's all. Good job. Well
Thank
done.
you very much.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to the honorable judges, faithful timekeeper, and it's my pleasure today. I am Atika Farzana binti Talib from SK Kunak 1, School Code XBA 3202. It's my pleasure today to share with you my review on an inspiring book entitled My Inventions, the autobiography of Nikola Tesla. This book was first published in 2018 by Popular UK PTE Ltd. Despite being an autobiography, this book was considered short but very concise. To be exact, it has only 108 pages. I chose to give a review on this book as Nikola Tesla is the perfect man who perfectly fit into the theme of our STEM festival. It is written into 10 chapters, which I divide into 3 divisions. The first part is about Tesla's self-reflection on his early life. As I read through his early life, I realized he is not a humble man, but that is not the point. He knows that he is a genius and he tries to find the explanations of why he is different from the others. In his boyhood, he suffered from an affliction. When a word was spoken to him, the image of the image the image of the object would present itself vividly to his vision. And sometimes he was unable to distinguish whether what he saw was tangible or not. This has caused him great discomfort and anxiety. This continued up until he was about 17. To his delight, he realized that he could visualize with greatest facility. He needed no models, drawings, or experiments. He could picture them all as real in his mind. He turned his affliction to his advantage. And as a student, I can totally relate to this. At one point, I consider myself as an introvert. However, because of this personality of mine, I would practice day and night in front of the mirror just for a mere simple 2 minutes presentation in the classroom. I become better day by day, and today here I am standing in front of you. Now, back to this book. The second part of this book talks about Tesla's career as an inventor. He talked about his discovery of the coil and transformer, the magnifying transmitter, the art of automatics, and the list goes on. The explanations of his complex ideas and projects required an ample amount of attention and possibly a reread. To be completely honest, the 11-year-old me understood none of his intricate descriptions of his inventions. However, I it it fas- it was fascinating to me to have the chance to score one of the most unique and powerful minds the humanity has been able to be lucky enough to witness. I secretly wanted to study engineering after reading this book. The second part of this now we have come to the final part of the book. The final part of the book, the last few pages of the book talks about this, talks about the last few pages of the book shine some light on his life philosophy. Nikola Tesla is a remarkable man. Through- Throughout this book, my respect for Tesla only went higher and higher. Tesla always tried to be himself. It filled me with an awe considering how some of our present technologies were foreseen by him many years ago. Um, After finishing this book did leave me with feelings of sadness. Behind someone who appears nothing but successful, I also see someone who struggled in certain aspects of his life. In his adulthood, Tesla struggled with the addiction of gambling, smoking, and drinking excessive amount of caffeine. He also had his scholarship withdrew because of his absences during his college year. Despite all that, his life takes a positive turn. He overcame all his struggles and became the man that we know today. Well then, I have come to the end of my review. I am so glad to have read this book, and I would consider you do the same. Thank you for lending me your ears. I end my review with a quote from Nikola Tesla. Perhaps I failed, but I did my best. With that, thank you.
Just now you have mentioned that you want to be an engineer, is it?
No, I'm sorry, but I said I secretly wanted to study engineering.
Wanted to study engineering, and what you want to study engineering?
And study engineering?
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, don't you want to be like him, an inventor?
Yes, I want to he is an inventor, and I want also to invent something that is still not that is still not that someone has not still made.
Okay, all right. You
Go.
The best way to understand science is to learn through the experiments. Assalamualaikum and hi everybody. I am Putri Adila Maisara representing SK Kunak Jaya. Menggembleng potensi, menggapai kecemerlangan. It is with a great pleasure that I come before you on this beautiful day to discuss a book that has piqued my interest. Behold, it is a book called Light and Optics. The writer of this book is John Fenden, and it has 32 pages. This book catch my interest by its art and colorful cover. The graphic on this book cover page make me want to try the experiments myself at home. Without further delay, allow me to give you a sneak peek of this book. Light and optics involve the study of light, behavior, properties, and interaction with matter. There are many experiments and new information that I get from this amazing book. For example, making a shadow theater, angles of reflected light, how to make telescope, pinhole camera, and how to make periscope. This book uses easy to follow explain the principles. Clear diagrams and fake field page explain the principle. Furthermore, I can test the ideas myself using the material that easily found in my home. This is an example of the experiment that I following the steps shown in this book. This is a periscope. It took me about 2 hours to complete it. All the material are readily available at home. The mirror used for my mother broke its makeup case. I found it is not hard to make, and I'm fascinated with how it functions. I'm excited to know that I fully comprehend the basic of making a periscope. Knowing that this technology is used in a modern submarine. In conclusion, I heartily recommend this book to readers of all ages, especially children. This book imparts valuable lesson. Thus, I will rate it 5 stars overall. The fact that I may expand my knowledge of science, sometimes I really like about this book. Explore your curiosity despite its short duration. That's wrap up my share for the day. My gratitude goes out to you for being such a good listener. Have a pleasant time reading. I'm sorry. Thank you. Do you want to try my periscope?
So what you have inside this book? Oh, how to make.
Yes.
Right. Okay, can you tell me what are the materials you use to make that periscope?
Okay. Thank you for the question. Material that I use in how to make a periscope, just 2 materials. 1, a box, and 2, a mirrors. Okay.
That's it.
Yes, that is.
There's a question, another question.
You have the periscope in your hand.
Can you
have a
repeat?
periscope in your hand.
It's
Tell me
periscope.
one way that you use it in your daily life.
Can you repeat?
How are you going to use your? What are you going to do with your periscope?
Oh, how to use this periscope? Okay. When you want to use this periscope, you need to look overall, and then you can see above you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. You just look over there, and then you can see there. Are you look? Yes. It's used in a modern submarine.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
It's very good. You are in the if you are in the field, you are too short, or someone standing in front of you, or you just look at it.
Thank you very much for the idea.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, teacher and sir. Goodbye.
Ready ini. Hello everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and salam Malaysia Madani. Special thanks to all wise judges and teachers. My name is Ufaira Erina Sofia binti Muhammad Sabri. I'm 10 years old
and I'm from SK Malong Kunak Sabah. My school's code is XBA3204. I love reading books, especially storybooks and comics. Thank you to all of you for listening to my explanation about my favorite books. Now, I will review the book that I like the most and interesting for everyone to read. This good and instructive book is entitled Energy and Forces. This book has 48 pages inside and gives a lot of science information. These pictures show really attract me to read one page to another. Let me tell you the input that I got after read this book. Do you know the days when you want to run, jump, shout, sing, and be very active? If you do, people will say that you are bursting with energy, and they would be right. You need energy to do these things and all the other action that you carry out every day. Every action of any kind needs energy to make it happen. Not just here on Earth, but throughout the entire universe. For instance, to a radio wave, your body is like glass. Just as light comes through a window, radio waves and the other kinds of waves are swimming through your body right now. You cannot feel them, but they bring radio and television programs to your home. Imagine being hungry and thirsty and having only canned food and drinks and eat cold bottles but no can opener to open them. You would have to use your bare hands, a difficult and dangerous business. Every day, tools make all sorts of tasks possible. They work by increasing the amount of force you can exert with your hands or fingers. These devices are simple machines. Why do you shiver when it's cold and sweat when it's hot? It's your body way of keeping itself at the same steady temperature. If your temperature changes too much, you feel ill. Shivering makes you warmer and helps to stop your temperature falling lower in cold weather. Sweating cools you down and stops your body from overheating. Wet your finger and blow on it. Your finger gets cold before it dries. Refrigerators work in a similar way to keep food and drinks cool. Blowing air over a wet finger makes the water quickly evaporate. Blowing air over a wet finger, it takes this heat from your finger, which gets colder. Refrigerators and freezers are use evaporation to remove heat from food and drinks. A refrigerator cools food and drinks to a temperature just above freezing. This keeps them fresh for a few days because bacteria do not multiply so fast at low temperatures, so the food does not decay. What lifts a plane from the ground and sends it zooming through the air? An engine moves a plane forwards and more forces operate under the wings, holding the plane up only centuries ago. It could have taken you a whole day to travel to a nearest city. Nowadays, an airliner covers this distance in 20 minutes. Every large city in the world is no more than a day's journey away. Well, that's cool. Well, that's all for me, and thank you for listening.
Get your energy.
Energy with run and exercise. Eat and more.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well done.
Eh?
Well done.
Okay.
Yeah. Good job.
Start on.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all my fellow judges, teachers, and my fellow friends. I'm Alia Humaira binti Sanuddin, the youngest out of 3 siblings. I enjoy spending time with my sister Alin and my brother Alim. For my hobby, I love reading and listening to music. Currently, I'm in 5th grade in Sekolah Kebangsaan Kampung Selamat, and I hold a few positions such as school prefects. I've been involved in some school activities too. My best achievements were participating in the state-level storytelling competition. I even passed the first level of UKM Permata Mintar examination. And I also got a bronze medal in International Invention, Innovation and Design competition. The best moments were being selected to join English camp in Kunak district. On this beautiful day, I want to make a book review. The title of the book is Isaac Newton and Gravity, written by Steve Parker, a British writer of children's and adult science books. This book was published in Great Britain in 1993 by Bicara Press Limited. It has 32 pages, not including the cover, and 7 chapters. The cover of this book is illustrated by Bicara Press Limited 1993. I know we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but when I first saw this book, I just couldn't help it, as the pictures on its cover were really eye-catching. The paper quality was good, and the fonts were neat and clear, easy for me to read. While each page is filled with descriptions, now let's join me as we explore the interesting story of Sir Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton was born prematurely at Woodstock, near Grantham, England. The Newton family were not particularly rich, and his father died 3 months before he was born. Despite being born small and weak, In 1675, he came out with theory of light, as stated on page 13 of this book. Newton stated that light consists of tiny particles that radiate in all directions from the source at a very high speed. He also explained that light travels straight to the events of refraction and reflection. After his experiments with light, Newton assumed that white telescopes back then always had problems with colored fringes and bursts appearing around the object. It was because of the refraction of light through the lens. Therefore, on page 15, we learn that he devised a new version of telescope that used a bowl-shaped mirror to reflect the light, so it could focus more on the object. I greatly admire how his findings of light theory and his innovations in telescopes had paved a better future for science. On page 18, we learn another theory that Sir Isaac founded on gravity. I find it interesting that he founded the theory when an apple fell while he was just sitting under a tree. If it were me, I might just eat that apple without a second thought. The apple incident inspired Newton to conduct research on the force that pulls the apple down. In 1687, Newton published the theory stating that every object in the universe is attracted to each other through the force of gravity, from the fall of an apple to the discovery of gravity force. How amazing! Each reader may have their own favorite part of this book. And as for me, the part that I love the most is when Isaac discovered the theory of light. I used to wonder how reflections happen and how I could see my reflection in a mirror. His stories answers all my wonders. I also learned some complicated but interesting words from this book, such as spectrum, prism, and optics. Thanks to Newton's scientific discoveries, I could understand more of how and why things around me happen in such ways. I became more observant and thoughtful as I could relate his discoveries with my life. To finish my review, I, Ali Humaira, suggest you to read this book and be amazed with Newton's discoveries in science. That's all from me. Thank you.
Job well done. Isaac Newton is actually one of the most popular scientists. Okay? So his most popular invention is the gravity. Alright?
Yes.
So can you tell me, give me example, okay, things that can fight the gravity. Elaborate more about the gravity. Give example.
Can you please say it again?
Gravity. You know what is gravity?
Yeah.
Okay, can you give examples?
Thank you for the question. Need an example, right?
Yeah.
Example
Of gravity.
gravity, how gravity works.
Yeah.
For example, uh, like apple falls
Yes.
when it's like first like when we like we pull it down and it
The apple falls.
falls.
It's gravity.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Good morning and salam eskemada determination leads success. My name is Elisa Flena Govli and I am 12 years old. I'm from Sekolah Kebangsaan Madai. Today, I would love to tell you about the story. The title of the book is The School Science Encyclopedia. This book contains 167 pages. The price of this book is 15 ringgits. Do you want to know about this book? Okay, let me tell you. The Sun is a star at the heart of the solar system. There are 9 planets in the solar system, which are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. All the 9 planets move around the Sun in an elliptical orbit. I get to know that the shortest time of Mercury to complete revolution is about 88 days, while the longest is Pluto, about 248.54 years. About 5,000 years ago, the sun was born from a cloud of gas and dust. Without sunlight, we and the other living things cannot live and grow. We probably freeze to death first because it was very cold without the sun shining. Early people thought that the sun was a god. They were very frightened when a total solar eclipse cut off the sun's light. Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. Although it's the closest to the sun, Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. It's because the atmosphere is very thick and is made up of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide. Venus is covered by very thick clouds and carbon dioxide with droplets of sulfuric acid in the upper clouds. Mercury rotates on its own axis very slowly. It takes 59 days to complete one rotation. Venus takes 225 days to complete one revolution around the sun. Wow, that's amazing! Mars has a nickname, which is called the Red Planet. This is due to the surface being covered by red dust. It takes Mars 687 days to complete one rotation. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. It's almost completely made up of hydrogen and helium. Jupiter needs 11.8 years to complete one revolution around the sun. Saturn is the gaseous planet, which is mostly made up of hydrogen and helium. There is one thing that is spectacular about the Saturn. There are thousands of colored rings surrounding it. It takes 29 years to complete one revolution around the sun. In 1846, Neptune was discovered, and in 1913, Pluto was found. What I learned from this book is the God has remarkable powers, created such an outstanding, mesmerizing, and beyond words universe for us to live and grow. As Kalpana Chawla, an Indian-born American astronaut, said, when you look at the stars and the galaxy, you will feel that you are not just any particular piece of land, but from the solar system. Therefore, we should be humble because we are just a tiny part of the universe. We should learn from them too, work like them, be like them, and be grateful. Thank you.
One question from me. We're talking about the solar system, right?
Yes.
So that the book is about school science encyclopedia.
Yeah.
So I expect there is other topic as well. In
Yeah.
that book, right? So
Yes.
can you name other topics in that book?
Yeah.
Than solar system?
I actually don't really remember them, but I remember like photosynthesis, about human, like that.
Okay, tomorrow. Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
many planets are there?
Oh, thank you, honorable judges. There are 9 planets in the solar system.
Okay. Okay, there are 8 planets. Okay. Which planet is the most beautiful? Why?
Okay, thank you. For me, I think Mars is the beautiful planet because the climate is not so cold and not so hot. So I think we as a human being can live in there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Before I begin, I would like to share a quote with everyone in here. That's the thing about books. They, they let you travel without moving your feet. Nyumpah lahiri the namesake. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to respected judges, experienced teachers, and my fellow friends. My name is Atiatul Husna binti Asrani, a student from a beautiful and peaceful school, Sekolah Kebangsaan Gading-Gading. Today, I want to talk about a book that I have read recently entitled The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. The genre of this novel is science fiction. It's a digital book, and it was published on 5th April 2016 by Buku. Today, I only managed to bring the book cover. Members of the Floor. The Wild Robot by Peter Brown is a captivating middle grade novel that combines elements of adventure, survival, and heartwarming themes. Here's a brief synopsis. The story begins with a robot named Ross, who washes ashore on a remote island after a shipwreck. She is initially met with fear and hostility by the island's animal inhabitants. However, Rose slowly learns to adapt to her new environment, observing and mimicking the animals to understand how to survive. Rose faces various challenges, including harsh weather, predators, and the need to protect a gosling she adopts. So, protect a gosling she adopts. And the need to protect a gosling she adopts. Distinguished guests, my favorite part of the novel is when Rose built a nest for Brightbill and treated him like her own child. I love Rose because, despite being a robot, she showed a lot of compassion and bravery. The writing was very descriptive, making it easy to visualize the island and the adventures Rose had. Imagine people, a robot, raising a baby geese. When Rose discovers and adopts the orphan gosling Whitebill, this pivotal moment significantly impacts the storyline and character development. When Rose accidentally causes the death of Brightbill's mother, she feels compelled to take care of the gosling. To her relationship with Brightbill, before I Honorable attendees, before I end my book review, I found out that this novel conveys several important moral values. First of all, compassion and empathy. Rose, despite being a robot, learns to nurture and take care of Brightbill. Next, family and love. Through her relationship with Brightbill, Rose experiences the joys and challenges of parenthood. Before Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening, and I'd be happy to discuss it further if anyone has questions or thoughts to share.
How many characters in that book?
Characters?
How many characters are there in that?
Thank you for the question, and there are 3 characters in the book.
There are 3 characters. nose, am I right? Okay. But yeah,
Bright bill and bright bill's mother.
thank you.
Well done.
A lovely day to all the honorable judges. I'm Zakia Nabila binti Muhammad Fatih. I'm 9 years old and currently a PPDA prefect in SK Ladanggiram. My school code is XPA 3208. My hobbies are playing chess and reading books. When I grow up, I want to be an English teacher. I love reading since I was young. There are many English books that I have read and I love so much. Today, I'm going to review one of my favorite books, written by Jane Regent. The title of this book is How to Do a Science Experiment. It is illustrated by Lee Wildish and published by Random House New York in 2022. It has only 32 pages. This book is about an anonymous girl and her grandma doing an experiment at home. The girl just came back from the school and excitedly told her grandma about the experiment that she has done at school. She wanted to show her grandma about the experiment. We will make lava. She told her grandma, do not worry, the lava is not real. She added, first they made a volcano with clay. Then she put in some white powder. But she forgot, what is the white powder? However, she continued the experiment with the salt, some red food coloring, and vinegar, but nothing happened. She tried again with sugar, some red food coloring, and vinegar. Again, nothing happened. Then she asked her grandma, what are the white powder that she has? The white powder is actually the baking soda. She tried once again with baking soda, some red food coloring, and vinegar to make the lava. Lava everywhere. She did it. She was very happy. And her grandma was very happy too. I like how grandma keeps supporting her from the start until the end. I like this book because it is colorful and it is very simple. I can understand the whole story even by just looking the illustration. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Good values or moral values from this.
Thank you for question. Never give up in whatever we do.
Another question. If you're given a chance to do an experiment, who would you do it with? Want to do an experiment with the friend with her grandma. What about you? You and your
Mother.
Why? Why not your father?
Because my father is sick.
Okay, so you want to do it with your mother. Thank you very much. Well done.
Good job, good job. Well done.
I feel like getting the book from you and bring it home.
You want to try it?
I want to show to my son.
on the page, but in how they resonate with us personally and how they can shape our understanding of the world. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurhalawatuliman Tisaidin and I'm from SK Tunfuat. Today, I'm so excited to share with you one of my favorite books. The title of this book is Science Experiments Electricity, written by John Verdon. It was published by Further Publication and has 32 pages. Without further ado, let's begin our journey. Firstly, content overview. Verdon has organized the book into various sections that brings the wonders of electricity to suckers and conductors. Each section is filled with hands-on experiments that cover different aspects of electricity to suckers and conductors. Secondly, writing style. Writing style is clear, engaging, and informative. Verdon explains complex concepts in a simple manner, making it easy for young readers to understand the science each experiments. The instructions for each experiment are step by step, accompanied by helpful illustration. Thirdly, visual appeal. The illustrations in this book are vibrant and well done, making the book visually appealing. They not only enhance the reading experience but also help to explain fundamental concepts in a practical way. This all for me. Thanks for listening to my books review. Thank you.
Select only one experiment in that book.
Ken, thank you for the question, Miss. What is electricity? And a feeling positive.
Experiment in the book.
Yes. Lemon current. Lemon current.
Have you tried that experiment?
No. Yes.
Is that your favorite experiment in the book?
Yes.
Why?
Lemon current.
Why do you like that experiment?
Because she experiments. Can I try it at home?
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Looking around, we see the world in a lot of different colors, shapes, and sizes. The abundance of materials around us is undeniable. Wood, plastic, glass, rubber, metal, and wool are some examples of materials. Each of the material is unique as they have special characteristics that set them apart from one another. Hello everyone! My name is Nurtasha Shalina, a year 6 pupil from SJK Sipasheng, Kunak. Today, I am really happy to be here to share a review of my favorite book. As I am really interested in science, the book that I will review today is entitled Investigating Materials. The book is a science investigation series published by Malaysian Book Center. The first edition was published in 2005. The book has 40 pages, including the front and back cover. I also love the illustration of the book. It is good for children and focuses the materials mentioned. This book talks about materials available all around us. What are materials? Based on the book, materials are substances which are used to make things. Some of the materials can float on water. Some materials can conduct heat and electricity. Some materials can also be stretched. These are the characteristics are known for properties or materials. The materials mentioned in this book is divided into two big categories. The first category is natural materials, which is soil, metal, leather, fur, wool, rubber, and wood. The next category is man-made materials, such as glass and plastics. Natural materials usually comes from living things like animals or plants, or even from the ground. As an example, soil is rich in a lot of beneficial uses, such as the most valuable metal to us is gold. Leather, fur, and wool are materials that comes from animals such as cows, sheep, and camels. These materials are widely used in the production of clothes worn for their beneficial uses such as 1. To preserve heat, 2. Excellent resistance to wind and abrasion, and lastly, as well as home decoration. Rubber and wood are materials that comes from plants. This material is used in a variety of purposes. Rubber is mainly used in some industries such as military or automotive. However, the rubber we have nowadays are synthetically produced. Wood is a versatile material that is used since the olden day. It is used for the construction of buildings, houses, and bridges. It's also used it is used to make furniture. Man-made materials, on the other hand, are materials that uses chemical processes. The most common item that we use in our daily life that incorporated both glass and plastics is our mobile phone.
materials that we can use to prevent heat?
Thank you for the question. Materials can be used to make heat. There's a few in this book. Materials that allow heat to flow through them are called heat conductors. Materials that prevent heat from flowing through them are called heat insulators. Some materials get hot very easily, while some get hot after a long period of time. Try putting a plastic spoon, a wooden spoon, and a metal spoon into a container of hot water. After a few minutes, touch all the 3 spoons. Which spoon is the hottest? Which spoon is not hot? Can you guess why?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ikara Karisha and I'm 11 years old. I'm studying at SK Pangi. Today I will talk about this book. It's titled Energy. This book was written by Rebecca Hunter and republished by Heinemann English Readers. It has 32 pages. And why I like this book? Because this book has a good illustration with bright color and big notes. Everyone, what is energy? In a nutshell, energy gives the abilities to humans or things to move. For example, look at this paper plane. Energy is moving in air, makes paper plane fly. Members of the floor, what can we learn from this book? This book tells me what is energy, forms of energy, movement energy, types of stored energy, and the last name is sources of energy. This book explains there are 5 forms of energy, like sound energy, chemical energy, light and heat energy, sound energy, and the last name is electrical energy. Movement energy divides into 2. They are kinetic energy and potential energy. As I speak, I use loads of energy. Do you know food is one of the stored energy? A breakfast or a healthy breakfast gives you energy. While batteries is a form of energy too, for our smartphones. So the sources of energy is sun, geothermal, wind power, and solar. Okay. I hope you can enjoy reading this book as much as I do. I hope I'm reading it's okay and not wrong. Thank you.
We give me one good values from that.
The good values of this book is lots of glossary that can enhance my English. And this book has a bright color too for adult or older and younger.
What have you learned from the book?
Unlike this glossary and bike notes, I can reading at night or morning.
Give us one word that you have learned from the book.
Sources of energy.
What is potential energy?
Potential energy is, as I running, I can. Potential energy is like I'm running, and I can. Let's is do my potential to assess a win of those students.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good morning to the honorable judges, respected timekeepers, teachers, and friends. My name is Aiza, and I'm 11 years old. My hobby is reading, and my ambition is to be a teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to take you on a journey through a remarkable book that delves into one of the most pressing issues of our time: waste management and environmental protection. This book is titled What a Waste, Rubbish, Recycling, and Protecting Our Planet by Just French. This 17 pages, this eye-opening book serves as from the very first chapter, Just French captures our attention by presenting stark and sobering facts. Sobering facts about the current state of waste production, production worldwide. One of the strength books What a waste. Just what a waste. Thank you for your attention. That is it all of my book. Thank you, and have a nice day.
For that, I want to ask you one question. What do you like about the book?
Like
What do you like about the book? Anything that you like about the book? Cover or picture?
I like the picture.
Okay, why do you like the picture?
Base.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.